Hi guys,
it's
Anashe
and him, Mom. Hello guys, welcome to our channel. We just thought let's touch base with you guys since being back from Zimbabwe. I was gonna say since we're in Zimbabwe. We are back from Zimbabwe, guys.
Yeah.
How does it feel being back?
It feels normal.
Feels normal.
But I also miss Zimbabwe because like the food and the drinks, especially Sparlet cream soda and my gogo and my granddad.
How many gogos have you got?
3.
3 gogos.
4.
Oh. Go, you've got how many gogos? 2 gogos. Come on. 3, 4. I don't know where she's inventing all these other gogos, huh? So gogo in Shona. What is gogo in English? What is it?
Grandma.
Okay, wonderful. So during your time, actually, let's just catch up. During your time in Zimbabwe, Anashe, what 2 Shona words did you learn? So you tell us what the Shona word is and what it is in English, what it means in English. So what's one word? What's the first one?
Mufaro.
Mufaro, what does that mean?
Happiness.
Happiness, yes. And the other one?
So many words I've learned.
One more.
Baba.
Baba, what does Baba mean?
Dad. And
My, what does my mean?
Mom,
yes, well done. So my mom-in-law was, she was on a mission, guys, when we got home. She really wanted a granddaughter to learn Shona words. So what did Gogo do for you? What did she do?
She taught me like a gazillion billion words and she gave me a Shona book.
Yes, she actually went out of her way for a granddaughter and bought. I just remember this morning she was like, I'm going to get reading material. And I was like, everyone was asking, where's mom? Where's mom? I'm like, she went to buy reading material. I didn't know. I thought she had gone to get a newspaper or something. The next thing we know, she come back with reading books, Shona reading books for Anashe. So I think you spend the day learning some words with granddad and some with Gogo. Mind the table, darling. And some with Gogo. And, you know, she kept coming and asking us, what does this mean? You were reading about who, Tariro and what? Tariro and what?
I forgot.
Tariro Musikana.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was reading all those things. So we really had a good time, guys, in Zimbabwe. I had a blast. I did not want to come back. The quality of life is really good. I know things are tough, but you know what? You just get on with it. That's one thing I love about Zimbabwean people. They are very resilient. We are very resilient. And we just get on with it. If we have, we have. If we don't have, we don't have. And we just get on with it. But for me, I really had a great time that I actually am planning on going back, guys. Hopefully soon, because I'm struggling to get back to routine as normal. You know, being back here, really, really tough. I think my first week has really been really tough. Adjusting, and you know, you're looking at things in a different light, and you know the kind of life you can have. For us, I think being in the house, it was different in the sense that we were in our own house. Before, when we've gone back to Zimbabwe, we've been living in our parents' homes, you know, or you know, visiting family and all. But the fact that you're in your own house, it was different. It was really different, and I miss the house a lot.
I miss my cousins, I miss my chips, and I miss my drink and my cocoa.
Yeah, she was used to going to Gogo's house and just open the fridge and helping herself to Sprite.
No, it's because Gogo kept on saying, you can take, and I was like,
You know how it is, guys. Being African, we can never say, oh, don't take. Of course, I know my mother-in-law would never, or even my mom, as in biological mom, they would never say, oh, don't take. But you can read between the lines when you're an adult. Like when someone is saying, "Oh, you can take," you also need to you also need to draw a line. But the children, they took it word for word. If Gogo said you can take, they were taking. Sometimes I felt like replacing, going and buying the drinks and replacing them because it was just too much. They were really going for it. But my mother-in-law especially, she was like, oh, aren't you guys going to help yourself to some drinks and everything? And you and your brothers were really going for it.
my mom said, no, don't take. We can buy a drink, and I was confused.
Yeah, she was like, but Gogo said you can take. So what are you talking about? So, but anyway, it was fun, guys. It was fun.
I was being spoiled.
You're very spoiled. Very spoiled. You would love to have that every day, wouldn't you?
No.
And Gogo was making you chips. She'll just go to either my mom's house or my mother-in-law's house and she'll just say, Gogo, make me chips. And they would actually get up and start making these chips for the children. Ah, gosh. I mean, our parents, when we were growing up, they would never have done that for us. But for their grandchildren, they will do anything. They will do anything. But it was really nice to see. And that's something, guys, that always reminds me of what we are missing on being home, what our children are missing on, especially with their relationships with their grandparents, and even with my sons, when they were because my dad passed away a few years ago, so I only have dad as in on my husband's dad, who is my dad now as well. So you can see how they relate to each other, their closeness. I want to believe that our family is going to continue visiting each other, spending time together, even when we grow, when they grow older, But you could see when they were interacting with their granddad, how close and how proud my dad-in-law was, how proud he was. Like, this is my genes, this is my family. It was really, really nice to see. And you could see like they also are missing out. Your grandparents are also missing out on having you, their grandchildren, spoiling them, doing, whatever, taking you on the chipipipi. I think the very first few days, my mother-in-law took them on a chipipipi trip into town, just for them to experience the other side of life, for them to know what day-to-day living of a typical Zimbabwean child or person looks like. How was that? I was going on the car, the chipipipi car with Gogo.
It was fun.
Did you go with Granddad, or was it just you and Gogo?
Just me and Gogo.
You, Gogo, and all your other cousins.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law's children were there as well, so they all went. It was really nice. I think I was sent some videos of it, and it was really nice to see. So, guys, we really had a great time in Zimbabwe. You didn't want to come back. Do you remember at one point saying, I want to stay? Yeah, she didn't want to come back. Do you still feel the same? Like if I was to say, let's go, let's pack our bags tomorrow, we're going to Zimbabwe. Would you go?
Even before tomorrow, I already know.
You'll be going.
Yes.
Yeah, it was amazing, guys. And our eldest son, you remember him before, he was in Zimbabwe a few months back before we went as a family. He stayed behind.
Why can't I go on his back? Why can't I go on his back?
He was like, I want to stay for another month. So he's going to be there for another month, guys, while the rest of us are coming back to reality, he's still enjoying being in the house. With staying with my sister and my nephew, so them guys are enjoying being in the house, and we're here. But watch this space, guys. Watch this space, because anything is possible at this point. With how I'm feeling, how I'm still connected to the house, how I'm still connected. Now we've got a new adventure with the homesteading on the plots. My heart is there. My heart is in Zimbabwe right now. I'm here physically, but my heart is in Zimbabwe. So I'm trying to look at ways I can get myself back there. That's what I'm now looking at. So while I was there, guys, what the purpose of this video, we were just catching up on our trip from Zimbabwe, but the real purpose of this video was just to give you a rough idea of how, like when you go for groceries or when you go for shopping or when you are shopping, sending money home, when you're sending money home to Zimbabwe, to your family, to your friends, wherever you're sending money to, for you to know the value your money has. This is something I learned by being on the ground. Like when you convert your money from pounds to US dollars, it means a lot to you because you of the pound aspect you're looking at. But for someone in Zim, when you talk of $100 is nothing, guys. I can tell you that it's nothing, because I would literally go to the shops in the morning. I easily spent £20 just on breakfast things. And we're not talking of anything complicated. The likes of your sausage, your bread, eggs.
Sweet.
No, not sweets. I'm not talking of sweets at this point. Just in mabands. We like mabands a lot. And things like that, guys, or milk. £20, boom, gone. And then you talk of lunch, again, you go out, you buy a few things, £30 easily gone. This is just in one day. So I just want you to also have an understanding of, the value of a Zim dollar, of a US dollar in Zimbabwe. It might mean a lot to us when we're converting it to pounds, but when you are on the ground, it can be tough. It can be tough, and I think it takes a certain level of wisdom for you to budget that money and know what to do with it. So I'll give you examples. I'll give you examples so that you've got a rough idea of what prices look like. So I've got some receipts that I've kept with me, guys, just for me to still remember what I've needed to spend on. So we did this shopping for someone who was going to the village, just to get some basic things for them according to what they were needing for that particular time. So if you look at like 2 kg sugar, guys, 2 kg sugar was costing $2.50. $2.50 divided by 1.29, that will give you the cost in pounds. It's unfortunate I don't have my calculators on my phone I'm recording on, so I can't work it out for you. But $2.50 that's how much you pay for sugar. And that's like, what, divided by 1.29, that's about £2 something, for $2.50. Yeah, just about £2 for 2 kg sugar. And then for flour, to make chimodo. You know chimodo, right? She loves chimodo. Flour to make chimodo was for a 2 kg flour, you were buying it for $1.80. $1.80. And then if you were buying like powdered milk, the Ellis Brown one, you're not even talking of the branded Cremora, the Ellis Brown, a packet with 2 of them in was $3.30. Talk of cooking oil, if you wanted to get a 2 liter 2 liter cooking oil, 3 liters actually, 3 liters cooking oil. You okay? It was costing $3. And then a pack of macaroni, like 3 kg of macaroni, $4. 1 kg salt, 50 cents. Washing powder, your MAC washing powder, $3.80. I think that was the smallest one, but you can wash for quite a few people with that. And then for this person wanted my chunks. I think it was like a 3 kg, which was $1.50. So my price achoka. For you to get good prices, you've got to go kuma tuck shop or my investment stores. If you go to the likes of your big supermarkets, you'll be paying through the nose, guys. You'll be paying through the nose. So I'll also give you an example of Mazoe. And she likes cream soda. That's her favorite. Look, she's smiling. So 3 cream soda, you pay £3, $3.10. Sorry, guys. You pay $3.10 for a 2 liter cream soda. If you were to buy it here in UK, I think the last time I bought one, it was something like £5.80 or £6. So quite expensive. $3.10 in Zimbabwe, you can get cream soda. My drinks, kanaone mabodura, you can get one for 30 cents. So you can get three for $3 if you go kuma most shops vanogonoita $3 some you can get for $4 for those what do you call it, Coke, Fanta, Sparletta, Pine Nut, all of those in when you've got your own bottles. If you don't have your bottles, guys, if you go to places like Pick and Pay, you can pay for the bottle as well and get the drink. You can pay for a deposit for the bottle and you can keep the bottles just in case you need some bottles like we did. We didn't have our own bottles, and so that's how we managed to acquire a crate of 24. We had to pay for that. So some other things, my hair, because I like my hair, guys. My hair, for you to buy a case of 12 my 500ml my hair, you can get them for $4.92 for the case. $4.92. And when I bought the one I bought before in my video, guys, I think we had spent almost $2 for one 500ml. So these guys are charging us an arm and a leg when we are buying these things here. But when you buy them back home, $4.92, you can get a case with 12 of them. And then what else was on my list? Vana Serevita ma $2.60, guys. $2.60. You can get a 500-gram Cerevita. Cremora, 750 grams. So in two packs inside. You can buy it for $3.32. $3.32, guys. So some of these things, they are really, I mean, when I'm converting them from pound to dollar, to US dollar, they are cheaper in US dollars. So it just means when we buy these things here, guys, we are paying almost 3 times, sometimes 4 times the price that they actually cost. Right, so guys, another thing that you would be buying would be eggs. So depending on where you buy them, they range anything from $4 for a crate of 30 eggs to about just below $6. It just depends on where you buy them. But yeah, I think I bought eggs. I was trying to look for a receipt. I don't think I've got it here, but I know I certainly bought the eggs for just under $4 from a shop in town called Game. They get them from Ivan Chickens. and then they sell them. So that's things like eggs. And if you're buying like a carton of water, it was like 500 ml bottle of water was costing 23. No, it was a case of 12. Yes, a case of 12 were costing $1.51. But if you buy them from a shop, they can be anything from 20 cents each to about 30 cents. It just depends. So you can see when you buy from like when you buy from wholesale shops, you can get them cheaper. Yeah, so, than paying through the nose. So it's about taking your time, guys, taking your time to look around, speak to your locals to find out where are they buying their groceries. How much can you do with $100? So when you send someone money home and you're looking at, oh, I've sent them $100, guys, it's you can't expect people to buy a lot of things with $100. Yes, they can get the basic necessities. It now depends on the person you are supporting. What's their taste like? It certainly can buy, if you're buying basics, to be honest, if you're buying basics, $60, $70 get you basic foodstuffs, you can survive. But don't think, water bill, rent, all of those things. That is, if you are doing that, guys, it will not be enough on $100. It will not be enough. But one thing I've also noticed, guys, let's not create an entitled mentality. Whether it's entitled mentality, for some it can be, not everybody. And when I'm saying this, guys, it's just in general. I'm not saying it applies to everybody because people are different. One problem I think we have created for ourselves by sending money home is a dependency problem. Yeah, that's the word, dependency problem. Because people are then now used to us sending money every month. Month in, month out, we're sending money. I think we now need to start thinking differently. From what I saw and how much things cost, I think we now need to start thinking differently. If you can, get them to do something for that money, not just be given it. Get them, I mean, if it's like our parents, like my in-laws, my mom, that's different. They are older. They are now older, so they would need our support in that. But even them, I think if you honestly speak to them, they are not keen on just being just receiving and receiving, waiting on us. They would rather be doing, bits and pieces to keep themselves busy as well in the process. So what am I saying? We need to stop creating a dependency problem within Africa, because when we send money, every month to either siblings or whoever else you might be supporting, we are also adding to that dependency problem. We need to try and find them a business they can venture into, or a project. Especially now, you see a lot of videos on YouTube, people farming, people doing poultry, people doing all sorts of within the agriculture field anyway, people doing, mabasema as we call it, and actually earning a living, guys. Because if you look at like a bag of potatoes, you can get a bag of potatoes for like the bigger pocket of potatoes for between $8 and $10. So if someone farms those potatoes, easily they can sell $8 to $10 potatoes, and people are buying them. People do buy. These are the potatoes we're talking about. My children loving to have chips, potato chips, homemade ones. So it's things like that. And I was buying onions from the market, or what do they call it in Mashingo? Kuchitima. Yeah, I was buying onions from Kuchitima. You would get about five or six onions for $1. and you would get like a plate full like this of tomatoes for $1. So if someone is growing those things, either on a plot or on their own kumusha or on their own garden, and selling them, they can earn. You can earn $1 easy. You can earn $1. $1 buys you a loaf of bread. $2 buys you some milk. So it's things like that. Looking at things in that way, that if they do something to also earn that money, because we are working to earn money and then we send home. I think we need to be doing, because for me personally, I'm looking at myself and thinking 10, 15 years down the line, I don't want to be working the way I've been working. I certainly do not want to do that. I've been doing that because we've been trying to do the house and whatever else we are working on now with the plots and everything. But I do not want to keep working the way I've been working for the next 10, 15 years. And in actual fact, your body will get to a point where it no longer wants to do that. So now we've got to start thinking now, when that happens, then what's going to happen to the people that are in that dependency, in that dependency roller coaster? What's going to happen to them? Oh, God forbid something happens to us. You wake up one day, you've lost your job, or someone falls ill, or they can't work for whatever reason, guys. Whatever your reason might be, we've got to start thinking along those lines. If we, the ones in the diaspora, today we wake up and things have changed for us, which they can, and I'm sure you're seeing what's happening, within the EU countries, changes in laws and everything. I'm sure you're watching the news, you know what's happening. Give it a few years down the line, most of the people will not be able to afford to be in some of these countries. So what's going to happen when we have created that dependency on us? People back home depending heavily on us to look after them. It's going to create a huge problem. So we now need to start thinking about, how do we get them to be self-sustaining? What can they do to be self-sustaining? What's happening on the ground? I mean, for me now, having been home, I now have seen there are so many opportunities in Zimbabwe. So many opportunities to make money, guys. And I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video on that, on what opportunities I've seen that people can do to make money. But the interesting thing is, the people in Zimbabwe, some of them don't see those opportunities. Some of them do, they are so blind to it. And I'm like, can't you see this? Have you seen this? And they're like, what are you talking about? So we need to change the narrative, guys. We need to change the narrative. Get the people to work with us. We work with them, guiding them, making sure that we hold them to account in whatever projects they're going to be working on, to make sure they're going to sustain themselves. Give them 3-4 months to say, you know what, I'm giving you this time frame to build yourself up. This is what I'm prepared to invest in what you are doing. Come this time, 3-4 months time, you are on your own. You're going to be self-sustaining. I will not be sending money home. Because someone has got to make that decision. At least I want to try and make that decision with the younger generations coming. Because, it's a trend. It's a trend I'm actually seeing as well. They are, they like the soft life. They don't want to do any form of hard work. And what kind of a generation are we creating, guys? What kind of a generation are we creating? So we now need to start pushing back and saying to these younger people, especially in Zimbabwe, or especially in African countries. Come on, guys, we don't mind to help you, but how can you help yourself? How can we help you with where you are for us to get you to where you need to be? I'm giving you 3-6 months and you'll be on your own. And really be strong about it, guys. Really be strong about it and draw the line somewhere. That's the only way we're going to come out of this vicious cycle of just going round and round in circle, sending money back home, us not making much progress, people even laughing at us, saying, oh, people in the diaspora, hamuna kurongeka, you come back home, you beg us to sleep behind our sofas, behind our cables with your children and all of that, forgetting that we have also contributed to where they are by bringing so much money into the country. I don't want to sound controversial, but I'm just wanting to make us open our eyes, guys, especially us in the diaspora, open our eyes and see, what are we actually doing for ourselves? What can we do to help our loved ones back in Zimbabwe, in Ghana, in Nigeria, wherever they may be, to try and help them to be self-sustaining so that we don't create dependency on us? Because the dependency can be heavy. That's what puts so many people, into so many problems, financial problems. It gives a lot of people a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of pressure to do things that are outside their means. We've got to put a stop to it, guys. So my time in Zimbabwe has opened my eyes. I don't know whether, for me personally, I feel it's for the good. Maybe some people might see it for the bad, because my eyes are wide open. I now know prices of things. And if you're going to be telling me, oh, we need munyu, I now know munyu costs 50 cents. So this was just a video to try and help you guys, to say we're back from Zimbabwe, we had a good time, and to try and help you also have a better understanding of how much things cost, just basic stuff, guys. I might look at more of my receipts to, because it's looking at what we were buying, at my receipts, to give you more insight as to how much things cost, but it will be based on what we were buying at that time. Mind you, I wasn't staying in Zimbabwe for long. I was only there for a few weeks, so it was just buying basic things we needed on a day-to-day basis. But I'm sure if I was to sit down and plot a proper budget like I do here back in UK, I'm sure I would have utilized my money, more effectively, because I was constantly rushing and doing different projects. I was needing to just be on the go, 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 go. But if I had time to sit down, walk around, shop around, look at my budget the way I look at my budget, I will have managed to see how much $100 can buy me. Value for money. I'm all about value for money, guys. So Anashe, I can
Yeah.
see you're tired. You're tired. I think it's time for us to go and rest, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. We will update you more on what we encountered in Zimbabwe. If it's your first time bumping into our channel, thank you for bumping into our channel, and hopefully you get to stay and help to grow this channel. And to our regular ongoing subscribers, guys, we thank you so much for your support. Our channel has really grown, guys, all due to your help, but we're really grateful. Thank you for getting us above the threshold we needed to get through. Let's keep growing the channel, guys. Let's keep growing. The more we grow the channel, the more you like, you subscribe, you share the videos we're sharing with you,
the more happier we get.
The more happier we will get, because the videos will reach a wider audience. Our channel will also be growing. And yeah, we hope to keep sharing more and more things with you guys. So keep watching the space. Until next time, it's goodbye.
Bye.